After Grape Indulgence had finished the story, collapsing to a snoring, single-pony pile almost immediately after, they waited a few more minutes while Cardboard Cutout casually checked the location-based details of the bar staff. After that, the royal voucher in the amount of far too many bits was presented to the younger bartender, and the group left the vineyard, wandering down magically lit streets to try and find a private place to speak. It took some work. Several ponies tried to follow them out, and some managed to keep the stagger moving in their general direction for several yards. The town was celebrating. The town was getting drunk. And not all of them had done it in a formal setting. There were some half-understood calls from the house windows made in the group's direction. Twilight recognized that some of them were trying to hail her in her status as princess. Others were too slurred to make out. Oh, don't mind me, folks. I'm just working on at least, I'm guessing, 5 hours of sleep. So I might end up slurring my own words and falling asleep right in the middle of doing this. So if you hear me pass out at any given moment, please send a message to my brother, tell him to take over, and I love him bunches. Thank you. Waving ponies bumped into them. Some of the bumps were on the hard side. Applejack nearly knocked her hose twice, physically strained not to retaliate. It was damn no good pieces of slime unicorns, that's what it was! Oh, ha ha ha. Pinky Legs and Tail switching to her private beat, dodged them all. Eventually they reached the soft white glow of the gazebo in the town square, and found no pony there. It was a warm night, and the similar structure to Ponyville would have been a temporary home to dating couples or romantically inclined mating pairs, and very rarely trios on up. But the parties were in bars and homes and wandering up and down the streets in search of fresh recruits. For now, the King Woman walls were the settable barrier to intrusion, and the check of eavesdroppers came out empty. Cardboard Cutout lead the way. Rarity said she had some business to attend to, so, she's letting her Cardboard Cutout, Clarity take over until she's really needed. Got a lot of clothing orders. Emo Pinky nodded. Well, at least we know what she looks like now. Weird, isn't it? Having your horn be a different color to your coat? Twilight Mustard sighed. It would be unusual to be loved by anyone. I can't think of any other unicorns I've seen with color differential, but at the same time, he was drunk. Drunk when talking to us. Maybe drunk when he saw her. I know he saw some pony, but it's hard to trust the details. I trust him! And that was from a completely sober, and more than one sense for him to ask. Canton wanted to gain Zemo's benches, voluntarily staying on their level for a very rare once-see. What happened is shook him up. Some ponies lose details when they're afraid, and some for focus. You start paying attention to everything. When I hurt my wing that one time, went to the hospital, I remember everything that went wrong, and every second to the ground like they were taking a year each. I think it was like that for him. It would scare him less. He would see some old flyers. She trailed off, staring at the gazebo's roof for a few seconds. I say she was telling the truth and his memory was good. Big, the farmer flatly replied. Got to be the same orchard that every pony raids. We'll get directions and go and check it out when we got some sun to work with. It couldn't really be her, couldn't it? She's hurt. She's hungry. She needs help. Which brings us back to why Discord would care. You know, that's a good question. Why would Discord care about the thingy? You know, what we've been discussing about? Why would they be caring about the thing? I'm a Pegasus. He cares more than you think. He's trying to care, Twilight, about the sparks from a home. It is what he said there. Every pony does it when they're just starting. The field doesn't focus, and it's in little bits of air. But he's a couple of years older than you, Fluttershy. Maximum. Most, but not that old. Even if you aren't taught, you get the basics on your own. For some point to be showing her spell signs at her age. Well, we were looking for a size of straight. Emo Pinky had been visibly bothered by missing a part and still trying to deal with it.
He remembered so much else. Why couldn't he tell us about her cutie mark? That's one of the first things I look when I meet a new pony.
You look at their flanks?
Every pony does.
Well, I mean, I usually look at a pony's flank, but that's also because when I'm looking at a mare, I'm hoping to get a quick look at the...
Shh. It's okay. Trixie understands. It's alright. You should start resting now.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I can handle the rest of this chapter like that. Where was I? Oh yeah. Signature is expired. The time on your computer or device is likely incorrect. The difference is... I need to click OK here. It had been bothering Twilight too, but the line for that starts all the way back to Ponyville. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't get a look at and was making excuse. Sighed. Okay, every pony. I'm not fully convinced she's the mission, but I'm hoping she's part of it. So much for our being out here on a wild antelope chase. They weren't fully sentient, fuck you. We should go out to the orchard. Maybe we can find something she missed.
We'll have to be careful about time, though, Pinky pointed out. Dr. Gentle's expecting me at Fluttershy sometime tomorrow. You want to speak to him later. You're here long enough, there's going to be a party.
They got a small, very weak smile at Twilight. I do want to talk with him. The weariness was focused on the animal party. Let's get some sleep. Rainbow Dash looked up at that. We could really go out together tomorrow morning, Twilight. Get over here through the air, see if there's anything we can spot from above. I can even get up early and meet you at the front. We better concentrate on the orchard just for now, Twilight quickly interjected. Back to the castle, every pony. Any pony who has strengths, sleep him off. I know, you're still uptight. Uptight. It's gonna be alright. 6 ponies were in bed. 1 pony was still awake. Everybody else slept in. Applebot was being racist, Emo Pinky was being emo, and Twilight, what was she doing? The breaking of the tree. No pony had asked Twilight if she could have done it. They probably already knew. She could, but not casually. Now at least a double corona and a seeming accident. The man lifted up a giant freaking motherfucking Ursa Minor. You know, the one with the Hotoko no Ken star thingy that's not the Southern Cross. You know, that's a good anime. Hotoko no Ken. I mean, I know it's ultra violent and all, but it's got a good theme about kindness and love and affection. You know, you could sleep. Trixie will see if Rick will take over. No, I'm good. Good, Trixie. You and your sister 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 and your sister. I'm good. Hey, Trixie, do you know we got a clown in the office?
Man, he is not that good when he's doping. Trixie knows.
Not an alicorn, but The power of one. Strength beyond hers. Sight beyond hers. Thunder, thunder, thundercats. Do! No, she's not an alicorn. Unicorns who exist who are stronger than me. Name 'em. I read about them. Star Swirl. I finished one with the complete spells, but there's 7 of us. We have numbers. We have practice and tactics and strategy, and she just breaks series in half by accident. It wasn't a thought which occurred sleep. Same. Almost gone down to the largest of armory rooms and start cataloging just to have something to do. You know, she could be reading. She could be reading something. The bar. She seen the potential value in going, and in fact, Rainbow Dash had been.
Aw, poor thing. Okay, Eric, you see it. Trixie will bring it down to the couch.
Alright.
I really don't mind if you have to skip something. Just remember, we're dealing with Emo Pinky, Applebot, and all Rarity's lines are cardboard. Good luck.
You got it. Well, that was just silly. Really, no matter what some of the costume columns may try to say. Quiet, even nice. No, not just nice, casual. As if meeting a princess was just another part of an ordinary day. Happened all the time. He greeted her with a tease about her status. The best way to say that it meant nothing to him whatsoever is that as a chance to joke around a little, watch her squirm. She'd done the same to him. Married. Figures. What are we doing here? What does this girl want? Is it her? Then should we even mean helping? Is that what would help him? But she's in pain. So much pain. How can anybody only get a hit of that and not want to help? She's still mad at grape indulgence. Grape indulgence. For its lack of effort. But if words she was coming to hate. She couldn't write to Princess or Luna. Because she contacted the Camelot archives, asked about horn coat differences, if it meant anything. But there's other ways for a unicorn to be that powerful. She blinked, turned slightly to the left. The wall held no more answers than the ceiling had. Still, I will send a letter tomorrow. Tomorrow. No point waking Spike. This is going to be a hard target for him. Hard. And he'll need to be fully refreshed before he tries. That's a question I can ask. There might even be answers. I can't sleep. Carefully, she got out of bed, slid her hooves across the carpet and chill stone rather than allow the tapping to wake Spike. Carefully opened the doors to the outside and stepped through, closing them behind her. The porch was calming in its way. Twilight always liked porches. A shaded view from the overhead gained something solid beneath her hooves. Like being able to see and study so much at once, even though there wasn't much to see here, really. The moon was waxing towards full. Another 4 days it would be there. But the light didn't reflect on much other than a lot of playground equipment and some sports fields. From here she could see the river which Quiet had told her to form the town's border. The falls themselves were out of sight, but she could hear them. The sound was more relaxing than anything else. He mentioned that the ports of the Lady Pool were shallow enough for swimming, although the water was so cold that most ponies only went on a dare, in and on a dare. They also went skinny dipping. Wait a minute. Twilight was enjoying what bit of a view she had. Probably would have enjoyed it just as much from a fully overhead. But flight. But I had to get this right. I had to fly. I had to fix one thing. She's not going to stop asking me. She's. Look at the sky. Partly cloudy. The moon was showing through a large hole in the layer, one which wouldn't last long. There was a breeze whipping up in the upper layer of the atmosphere. The clouds were getting shifted east in something of a hurry. The Pegasi probably were working real hard on that day, weren't they? It didn't look like there were any rain clouds in the group. Just a little black rain cloud. Not least in this lighting. She wondered if Dash or Fluttershy would have known in a glance. Tried to figure out why she didn't. Back to the ground. The edge of the porch. The railing. No. This is higher than my porch at home. When I fall here, if no, let's face it, when, it's going to hurt a lot more. That might be a hospital fall, as opposed to a clinic fall. This isn't a time for a place for practice. Dipping off into air gives me more of a chance to catch the wind with my wings. You're the wind beneath my wings. I get the right airflow pattern going, but you want to very badly do something right. Excuse me, stupid.
It was too high up. It was too late at night, and the wind gusts, which were moving lower, were frankly too strong for her to think about going out in. A warm wind, at least. She didn't have to retreat from the chill, but enough to move the end of her tail and send her bangs switching about in an uncomfortable manner. Good fly. Good dust clouds. Good do anything but fall. She felt stupid. A bare whisper. I hate feeling stupid. Then teach! The wind had her! There was no time to react, no field to push back against, no grip to break, no magic to counter, no chance to think. There was just a howl of wind as the air surrounding her spun. Faster, faster, lifting her for the porch, taking her up as she spun around and around within a dust devil. That's not my favorite vacuum cleaner. Barely able to breathe in the twisting atmosphere, raised into an involuntary form of flight, uncontrolled. No, not under her control. Under her. Who are you? It's a Vorlon! We're in Babylon 5 territory now, folks. She had been raised to be on a level with the roof on the observation tower, not into contact with it, 3 body lengths away and 4 stories above the ground. Hanging within the air, wind still twisting, keeping her up, but with the air pressure still somehow rendering her stable inside the dust devil. She was no longer turning, even with the wind buffeting her, and her tail being whipped into her right flank. Her words had not been taken by the wind, not completely. They had been heard by the tall Pegasus mare standing on a conical roof. Tan coat, blue mane and tail, both short, deep purple eyes, incredibly dark purple wings, a large and unfurled posture which a Rapidash would have been challenged. And she noticed it. Wasn't sure why all things registered. A touch of the same purple at the bottom of her hooves. That voice. But, to consider her question, yes, responded with a sound. That's why I heard twice before and never wanted to hear again. No. It's someone I don't know. Her thoughts spun faster than her body had, not come together. Illusion disguise field changed on that low, impossible for anybody outside the princess's sisters came from the same family, faking not that, can't be that, can't be. And her wings spread, pushed. All it did was start her spinning again as the dust devil caught them. Now, I'm just imagining like a little imp that's going. She just managed to bring her back against her body. She could hit the Pegasus with a spell, but she couldn't fly. Dust Devil was the only thing holding her up. She knocked the other pony out, or her chose to drop her. Teleport? Try to reach the ground? Do I have clear enough image of the bedroom to go between with? Can't just aim for the roof. Can't stay out in the open. And the Pegasus trembled. Feathers vibrating. Clenched her jaw as her eyes narrowed. Bit back most of them up. Not stupid. So teach! The voice was the same. Exactly the same. Torture rendered into words. Teach what? Twilight cried out, fighting against inner and outer confusion. Could any pony hear her? Her friends scattered about the castle and grounds, too deep in the night for any pony to be up, and any signs of a signaling spell. Another moan. Another moan. The ghost devil seemed to vibrate sympathy. You finished the great work. Complete. How? And your challenge and inspiration with the wind now moving faster than ever. It's like a little brownish imp. He's just going all day long, goes left and right. And I am divulging. I am so sorry. I am currently I don't understand talking like Captain Kirk. Trying to find a plan. Great work. What is that? Sisters, it has to be sisters. Some kind of family conspiracy. She needed to completely identify her. I'd never met or even heard of a Pegasus who could do this. Some point would know her. She had to see. Looked at the Pegasus flank. Key mark. It was a nice ass. Her mind almost broke. The mark was present, an icon she had never seen before. It existed 3 mobius strips linked to each other. You could see the twists in each of the loops. They were arranged in 120 degrees apart as a long imaginary circle. One facing almost straight up was cloud white. Next clockwise loop, bright gold, and back facing one forest green. The colors were most intense at the outermost parts of the loop and began to fade into each other as they came back around. That was not what struck the blow against her sanity. It was that, for some strange reason, so she just started thinking, did I leave the stove on? Nowhere near the factor that set your thoughts cascading on top of or around each other while were momentarily lost. It wasn't the center, or the lack of center. In the place where all the loops could have meant was nothing. Nada. Zip! Not only no mark, but it also seems there was no flank. Oh, no continuous space beyond the interior of a hip. No, not a row sense of a vacuum against her eyes. That's what I said about the last server I had back in Walmart. I meant to say McDonald's. I'm sorry. Although it's impossible to look for more than a second, painful to keep coming back to. Total absence. It should not have been, and it was not. It kept right on, no matter how hard she tried to look at it. It's always there when she returned. Still not the part which nearly shattered an orderly universe. It's a purest discord. It's the screaming fragment of her mind wondered if her own color had become the gray. Was nearly broke while it was the movement. I'm sorry, I don't know what's coming over me. There was a silver fizzle on the white loop, just beginning to dip below the other was that center of the curve, and it was shifting slowly, visibly getting lower as the entire mark moved and turned. The loops rotating counterclockwise, oh so slowly, just barely enough to see. White dropping, gold ascending. Transfer. That happened. No, I will not make the meme. I will not say the meme. I will not say the meme. I will not say the meme. Well, that just happened. I said the meme. And the undoing of it had undone Twilight's entire life. The key marks did not move. Cannot move. Never moved across its history. Images were stable. You really should have seen the pony with the key mark of plaid. They did not change in any way. Not color, not iconography, not ever. The mark was permanent, fixed forever from the moment of appearance. No magic, no, the three races couldn't make it move. Impossible, 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 impossible. Improbable. The Twilight Sparkle who hadn't faced that removed would have been broken. The one who hadn't been burdened by discourse influence would have screamed. The young man from years before, seeing Tom's shadow slowly towards her, with Curl sobbing at the last beat of perfectible order, and their universe shattered. Twilight would lift her all and made the effort in the timeline. As thought. She had to guess again, tried to get her breath, trying for focus. Haven't heard of it! It's what you would call something I would know, but. Why was step to left front hoof? Whether frustration, anger, or pain, Twilight couldn't tell. It was my faster, maybe harder to catch the words. Catch the Twilight did. The great work, Alicorn! You finished how? Muzzle flies across Twilight's mind, for an idea which did not exist. The constituted state of face, a leap of intuition born of purest discord. Couldn't be, could not, should not. Was it wrong? You! Rage with us, just so vibrated again. Her trouble is weak tried to uselessly swirl on their own a second time. The fizzle loose lower on the loop. The wild's on. You can't be the same. You're not a unicorn. You're not the same pony. The laugh, the scream of eternal agony, expressed as the darkest of humor. Not unicorn, not Pegasus, not anything failed, broken. You finished. Tell me how failures end. It's the robot. No others need you. The other finished. You are here. Need answers. Silver shifted and the wings involuted. They shrank just slightly. The pin feathers becoming a little smaller. The pink wings just to notice. The Nexus screamed! A scream was no further than twilight before a new wind ripped it apart. The dark purple black eye squished sat against a fresh wash of eternal acid. The dust devil dissipated. Twilight fell. Dawn rose. She tried to reorient, tried for a teleport, tried to make it to the roof if nowhere else, but she hadn't been able to get it fixed during her time within the wind. Too much else to think about. Didn't know if she could make it to her local, truly memorized spot between and the ravine. Had to try. There was another rush of wind and the sound of wings, but not her own. Downward momentum went angular, bled off a new pattern as Pegasus caught her. Rushed inches above the ground. Twilight's small body pressed between outstretched front legs, going across 2 fields for the stranger and managed slow enough to safely drop her. Former unicorn landed on all 4 hooves. Tried to orient again for the sudden motion. Gave the intruder precious seconds. You didn't fly! Why didn't you? Now I'm talking like Christopher Walken. Another spasm. She dropped 2 feet to the ground. This is why I got her head up again. Saw the wings involute. That is not a word. Just a little more. The white was rotating away. The gold was getting closer to the top. Under the moonlight, there seemed to be just a purple spot on Pegasus' forehead. Twilight had the edge, back on the ground, Pegasus distracted by pain. She marshaled her field, grabbed the intruder, held her hooves against the dirt. Who are you? She demanded. What's wrong? You can't be. Can't! Alright, same pony, let me help you. No pony should hurt like this. Please, if you just give me a chance. A chance. The wings, just a medical percent smaller than they had been a second ago, flapped. She saw the lightning embarrass a fraction of a second before hearing it. Saw the bolt hit the river. Wasn't willing to believe coincidence. Managed to keep her field in place. How can you do that without contact? How? You weren't even flying around me to create and maintain the funnel. What you're doing is not thaumaturgically possible. Not for that's the Twilight I can buy. Goodbye using words from that no one else will know. Luna and the Hall of Legends. No clouds in sight. Almost made Twilight lose her grip. It was equally. Just talk to me again. Talk. Tickets looked up, seemed to be something behind Twilight. Pain eyes widened with panic. Wings flapped again. It was a blast of wind this time. From playground items which hadn't been put away, lifting them from the grass. Twilight, too close to her last backlash, saw the objects moving and released a field before thinking to track them. Pegasus lifted off, hovered a few feet over the grass. Talk! She said, talk! Tomorrow! Night falls! Tell nobody! No! Tell! A spasm tear fell again. There was a new nut in the tortured voice, begging, don't! The wind surged. Dirt and dust were kicked up. Wind in Twilight's eyes. And by the time she could see again, the Pegasus was gone. Wow. Investing.